The thing I want most is for people to come to this library, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, liberals or conservatives, to see that public service is noble and important, that the choices and decisions leaders make affect the lives of millions of Americans and people all across the world. I want young people to want to see not only what I did with my life, but to see what they could do with their lives. Because this is mostly the story of what we the people can do when we work together.
The Clinton Presidential Center in Little Rock is right in the middle of the country, and it is a very clear symbol of the past, the present, and the future.
It's amazing how much relevance what we did and how it was done still has. We'll continue to try to keep it updated so people learn something about the past because it shines a light on the future.
It houses the presidential records. It runs a lot of programs that bring people not only to see exhibits, but to study programs about civic education, for example. But we also want to open it up to the larger community because we think it's very important that conversations about the future, about climate change, about women's reproductive health choices, about economic opportunity for everybody, that those conversations and that work needs to take place in the middle of the country. It needs to recognize some of the challenges that we face politically and economically, socially and culturally in order to bring our country together and to have tough conversations.
Everyone is worthy of finding their voice and of using their voice. And when you do find that voice, use it to do good. Use it to be a champion. Use it to be a defender of democratic ideas.
All of us are one. Race, gender, all of these things, we're all one.
Since we are situated here in Little Rock, and I said last night, I think it's really important that conversations happen in places that might be unexpected, but that are just as important as anywhere else in our country.
We have challenges in climate, we have challenges in public health, we have challenges in infrastructure.
We see these issues and there's no one better to fix it than you.
Most people want their elected officials, regardless of their party affiliation, to sit down and work on a common sense bipartisan solution.
The concept of we the people has become ever more inclusive. Once left out people are part of our political constituency, and we are certainly a more perfect union as a result of that.
We see the center as a real repository of a lot of lessons, but they have to be living. They have to be challenging people today to do better, to think more differently, to come up with imaginative solutions. So I really see what we're trying to do at the center as instrumental in continuing the work of the foundation across the board in everything we do.
Young people should be able to go to places like this and see the symbols of life and unity and hope.
I wanted to learn what a leader is and how to become a better leader.
I think what leadership means to me is using your voice and your abilities to help those around you.
Leadership means guiding people and taking a stand when it's needed.
Everybody has a voice and they should use it.
As long as you've left a positive impact in somebody's life, you've become an effective leader, not only for yourself, but for your environment.
I think we need to keep preparing people for the future. The Clinton School of Public Service is really important to me because it's the only graduate program in America where you get a degree in public service, not public policy. So about half the time is spent in the classroom and half the time in the field, doing things, solving problems.
The environment of the Clinton School is really special. Everyone sitting next to you in class cares about the community in the same way that you do.
We're not just doing projects at the Clinton School to do projects. We're doing projects that yield real results.
When I started, there were 2 campus food pantries, and now there's over a dozen, and the Clinton School gave me the confidence to lead through service.
I hope they will still work with other presidential libraries, like I work with George W. Bush's library on the Presidential Leadership Scholars Program, because that takes people who are normally beyond the age of Clinton School students. We make sure they're very politically diverse and diverse in other ways, And they visit our libraries, and then they sit in working groups, and they talk about things that are hot issues today.
We are relentlessly focused on the future. We see the work continue with a new generation of leaders and activists.
I hope it will be a living, breathing, changing organism.
I hope that we will have been able to be a very small part of some very big successes for my children, their grandchildren, and ultimately the generations to come.